Sorry, but if an indie brand can do it, all these other brands had no excuses when they were going, it's too hard, it's too expensive, deep shades are hard to release. Yeah, but if an indie brand is starting and launching 51 shades and it's even across the board, why can't you do it? Crickets. Hi guys, welcome back to Lou's Beauty Closet. If this is your first time here, hi, I'm Lou. I post weekly beauty videos. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, consider hitting that subscribe button down below. If you're already subscribed, ring that bell so you don't miss out on any videos. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so today we're doing something different and we are doing what I'm calling Cop or Drop Foundation Edition. So it's basically like an anti-haul and I'm going to tell you whether I'm going to cop the product, so I'm going to get it, or whether I would drop it and not get it, not go for it. So yeah, like an anti-haul but for foundations. Because we've had so many releases of foundations this year, I would just go through them and I will just chat about them and let you know whether I'm going to pick it up or not. Yeah, that's just basically what I want to do, something different, something fun. Also, I know a lot of people aren't plugged in on social media, which is how a lot of stuff gets leaked these days, into it. So you might not know what to release. I'll be putting pictures up on the screen of the foundation I'm referring to, and I'll just let you know whether I'm going to copy it or whether I'm going to drop it. So let's jump in. It'll be fun. Yeah. First one, Dose of Colours Meet Your Hue Foundation. This one, I think, was one of the first ones that really... I think this came out mid-July, June, July it came out. And it was one of the first ones I remember anyway that leaked, and it kind of set off like a catalyst for all the foundations. So it comes in 36 shades, which is an okay amount. I mean, it's not the best amount. I'd want more. But Dose of Colours is still quite a niche kind of brand. Yep. So the Meet Your Hue Foundation, 36 shades, costs $42 US. The shade range does look good though, like an equal distribution of the shades. It does have a matte finish with medium to full coverage that's buildable. For me, it's unfortunately going to be a drop. It's too hard for me to get. It's only online basically. Dose of Colours isn't stocked here. I do know that now they do offer sample sachets, so maybe I'll try that. Next is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Foundation, and they've done concealer as well. Urban Decay, they've jumped on the foundation bandwagon as well. Now, this time, 50 Shades, they did a big campaign. Don't know if you guys have seen it. They've got Lizzo, they've got, I can see his face, but I forgot his name. Is it Ezra Miller? Is that his name? They did a big campaign, basically. They had Lizzo, they had a few celebrities in there, and they just did a massive campaign. So 50 Shades retails for $60 Australian, which is actually really good pricing for Urban Decay, where they are in the market, and for foundation. There is about 30 mils, I think, stock standard. The packaging, I will say, did look nice, but when I went in store and had a feel, it's plastic. I thought it was glass. I mean, it will be okay for travelling and stuff. It just looked a bit chicer than it was. But for me, it's a drop still. It's a drop. I've taken the samples of the shades that I could get closest to me in store, but unfortunately none of the mega stores carry the whole range. I've already ordered a few foundations. I just don't see myself spending that money again, buying blind, and the shades I've tried is just not my thing. So it's just too hard to get my shade, basically. So the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Foundation, it has, just looking at my notes, it has 42 shades, retails for $20 US, and it's a full coverage matte finish. Velvet matte, they say. Now, it's a really good price point, really good shade range. Again, Juvia's Place also released their foundation early on in the year. Really good. They had really good models online. The whole campaign, everything was good. The release, the models modeling the product, they have male, female, they have all different shades. It's great. Narrowed it down to some shades and I was ready to go for it. And then guess what? They had the big kerfuffle, as they usually do on social media, and it just left a bad taste in my mouth, really. They're a bit funny right now. I feel like they're growing as a company, but their social media presence is really awkward, is really weird, and I just think they need to have a bit more, handle themselves a bit better. So for now, it's a drop for me, only because of that. If you have it and you're supporting it, good for you, and you don't care about that stuff, all the more power to you. Again, there's luckily now enough brands that I don't need to get it. You know, there's enough brands doing foundations now in my shade that I can get. So for me, it's a drop. Juvia's Place, please get a handle on your social media and the way you talk to people and customers, and then maybe I'll consider it. Next, we have the Queen herself, Anastasia Beverly Hills. She's just dropped the Luminous Foundation, 50 Shades. Now, this isn't their first foundation attempt. They've done the stick one, which I did get. It was okay. One is liquid foundation. They're saying it's luminous. 50 Shades, which is great. $38 US, which is about 71 Australian. It's a bit pricey. It is in that branding, but they're asking a bit more than Urban Decay, but they're still in the same range, I think. It is an inclusive brand. I love the fact they have Marley in the campaign and helping with the foundations and stuff. And seeing her apply it and everything, it's just sold me. It inspired me getting it, seeing her use it with the powder. So it is a cop for me. I know, luminous skin, oily skin, it just isn't making sense to you, but I'm copping that for sure. And then next we have Mother Pat, Ms. Pat McGrath Labs. She has done her own answer to skin and she's released the foundation. Skin Fetish foundation comes in 36 shades. It retails for $68 US, which is about 100 and it's like about 100 plus Australian dollars. Just a moment of silence, please, for our bank account. Just a moment of silence is needed. It is expensive, but Pat McGrath is a luxury brand. She's priced herself that way. It is a hard pill to swallow, but it looks amazing. The packaging looks luxe, which you would want it to for that kind of pricing. The shades, good distribution, but I wish she's done more, so I'm hoping in the future she's going to expand. Heard great things. Not one person has dissed this foundation. Everyone that's tried it is loving it. I know it's not just people that have good skin, people that have texture like I do on my face, people that have everything. I went into Selfridges, just spoiler alert, and I tried this and I was like, this is amazing. My skin looks great. I'm shocked that I like this. Yes, I know it is medium kind of coverage. You have to build it and it's very liquid kind of situation. It's not necessarily for oily skin, but I think if you do the prep and you finish and set your face like you would for any other product, it should be fine. I'm not expecting it to last me all day and not be oily, but I like the finish and I like Mother Pat. I love the brand, so I'm definitely going to cop this one. Next is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Foundation. Comes in 44 shades, retails for about $32 US, which is actually okay. About $50 plus Australian, which is actually bang on for the market. I actually thought her stuff would be a little bit more expensive than that. It is full coverage, natural matte finish. It's a good start with her range, but for me, it's not enough variety. There's a lot. She's done really well with the medium category, but with the deep categories, a lot of shades that are very similar. I just feel like she could have gone a bit deeper. The deep section really, I think, should be tan, and then the tan, and then another deep range of sections. So what she said is deep. It looks like the tan section to me, to be honest. And just in general, not really drawn to it. Like Charlotte Tilbury has not really been a brand that I've ever been like, oh, I'll go for it. I do like this time with her foundation release, she has been a bit more inclusive and put more shade. It just seems like I'm not the demographic for her brand. Like it's a bit of the more older established woman who just hasn't got the time to mess around or likes makeup but isn't obsessed with it, just wants a good set of eyeshadow, good foundation, good go-to stuff. So it's just not for me. So it's a drop for me. Good effort, Charlotte, but needs some work though. Next is the Zoeva Authentic Foundation. I'm not really sure what the pricing and stuff is with this one. This is a bit newer. They have, I don't even know how many shades they have. I don't even remember. But for me, there is a bit of a lack of variety in the shade range. I will commend Zoeva though, because they usually, you guys know I like some of their palettes and stuff and their brushes and things. But in terms of like, in general, they've not been one of those brands that's been super inclusive of with everything. So they've put their own answer to the complexion offerings on the market, and they've released their own foundation. A lot of the shades look really orange actually. Again, I would have to shade match online. When I was on holiday, they hadn't released yet, I don't think, so I wasn't able to try it on then. So again, I'll be buying blind because I don't have a Sephora in my city. And quite frankly, there's other foundations and other brands that I'm willing to try and put that kind of, there's Dose of Colours, you know, there's other brands and foundations I'd rather try more and buy blind than the Zoeva one. Good start. The range needs more work, but it's a drop for me. And I only have one face. I can't buy every foundation that releases. Next is Fenty Beauty, the Pro Filter Hydrating Foundation. Fenty has done it again. Rihanna has done it again. She's done a new foundation launch. The brand that essentially pushed forward recently this inclusivity movement we have going on right now. We can't deny the role this brand has played in pushing a lot of other brands to be more inclusive in their foundations. We know there are brands before Fenty that were doing it, but just saying this one was a catalyst. She's done a hydrating answer to the complexion offerings. She had a matte foundation, she now has a hydrating one. So people with dry skin, people with oily skin, we both have options. This one again has the same 50 shades, so it's the exact same range and scale as the other foundation, which I guess is good if you know your shade in the other one. They're supposed to directly transfer. $35 US, fee which is about 52 Aussie dollars. So the pricing is bang smack on, in line with the market, in line with their brand. Now, even though I'm oily skin, even though I don't need this, I'm gonna cop it. It's a cop for me because I do not really have, like I've said, luminous hydrating formulas of foundation. So definitely going to try it. Always looking to support Fenty. I do still call them out, and you know, a lot of their stuff I don't like or don't feel like I need, but I'm always going to support this brand. Everything they stand for, everything they do. Inclusivity is deep in their core values and ethos of the brand, and I love it. So we're going to support, we're going to grab the foundation. I told you guys we had a lot of foundation releases, and I'm probably missing some as well. Next is the Milk Makeup Flex Foundation Stick. So Milk Makeup isn't really a brand I've come across in my encounters in Sephora. We don't have it here in Australia. It's international Sephora that has it. It's not really a brand I've needed to go to. It's not really a brand that I've ever gravitated towards or felt compelled to purchase or buy or own. Their stick foundation has 36 shades. I'm just not really a fan of stick foundations. It's just not my thing. I know for MUAs and things, sometimes they do like that. But if stick is your thing, you're into it, all more power to you, but it's just not for me. Yeah, and the brand's just really difficult to source. So again, it's just not going to be worth my while, so that to drop. But I thought I'd mention it since I don't mention this brand on my channel much. I hope this is also flagging some from releases you may not have been aware of too, so you can go check some stuff out. And again, it's great. We have all this choice now. It's fantastic. Last foundation I'm going to touch upon is from a new brand. It's called Uoma Beauty or Oma Beauty. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. It's the Say What foundation. Now, she's a new brand. She's launched, the founder is Nigerian, and she's launched, it's amazing what she's done. I really like the launch and the way she's done it. There's 51 shades, and they're all part of 6 skin kings, she calls them, like skin kingdoms. So you find your skin kin, whether you're, she's got different colours for it. She's got like Fair Lady, Bronze Venus, Brown Sugar, all that kind of thing. So you find your kin, your sort of group of shades that you are, and then you pick your undertone, and then you go from there. I did go have a chance to check them out in Sephora, and I did want to take some samples, but they ran out of sample pots and I didn't bring any with me. So unfortunately I couldn't, but it is something I do want to approach later. But I did want to commend them on their release, the amount of shades they did. Sorry, but if an indie brand can do it, all these other brands had no excuses where they were going, it's too hard, it's too expensive, deep shades are hard to release. Yeah, but if an indie brand is starting and launching 51 shades and it's even across the board, why can't you do it? Crickets. Natural matte finish, it's hydrating but it's long wearing as well, and the coverage is adjustable, has a blurring effect they said, and it mimics skin. So it seems like a really nice skin kind of finished foundation in a pump. It looks nice. She's released all other stuff, concealers, lipsticks, the eyeshadow palettes look amazing. It's a cop for me. I eventually will buy it, just not right now. I just need to figure out the shades. We'll wait for Black Friday time. Whoever's doing sales will just do like a big bulk order with some. So that's all the foundations I could come up with. There's probably not everything that all the brands, do you know what I mean? Like there's probably other launches I've missed, other brands I've missed, but that's everything I could fit in. Comment below, are you gonna cop or drop any of these that I've picked up, or are you just not having it? Are you overwhelmed with all the foundation releases? I know I am, but again, look on the bright side, it's great. We have all this choice about us. So thanks guys for watching. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. On your way out, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss out on any videos. Thanks again, guys. Bye.